everyone, welcome back. I haven't made one of these in a little while because I was sick back in April, but what I haven't done this year so far is buy a lot of stuff off the internet that I'm being shown ads for, so that's great. This is what I spent in my March 2024 video. So if you didn't know, I'm trying to do a low buy year in 2024 because I felt like I just started spending too much money on random crap that I would get shown ads for on the internet. So I am trying to not buy that much. And to be honest, I am kind of super failing this. What I haven't done this year so far is buy a lot of stuff off the internet that I'm being shown ads for, so that's great. And I'm also not buying a lot of books, which I know you're saying books are great, but yeah, I love books, but I have a ton that I haven't read. So I don't really need to buy books right now, but I have bought like maybe 4. So what can you do? There are worse things to buy. Okay, so let's do a quick rundown of March because March was so long ago already. It's already the 3rd week or 4th week of May, so let's go. Oh, and if you're new here, please subscribe and hit the like button. So this is everything from my credit card statement. I put all of my purchases on my credit card for the purposes of getting points for traveling and things like that. I don't put my monthly mortgage or maintenance payments on it because I don't use my credit card for those. So this is everything except those things. I was recently also notified that my credit balance has been increased to $21,500, and I think that's crazy. I don't know. I would never put that much money on my credit card because I don't know how I would pay that off. So I don't know what they think I'm going to do with that. So I made a pie chart of all my expenses because I go through my credit card charges about once a week, so then I just pulled them all and totaled them all and made a pie chart. March was a very expensive month because my cat Gus had I-131 therapy, aka radioiodine treatment for this was to hopefully cure his hyperthyroidism, which had gotten pretty bad. His tumor was inside his chest and it was pretty big, and the medicine that he'd been on for a few years was no longer effective. So this was kind of like a last option besides surgery, which would be very invasive because his tumor is inside of his rib cage. So they would have had to have put him under, opened up his entire abdomen, and then I don't know how a cat would recover from that. So hopefully we don't have to do that. So about 48% of my budget went towards his treatment. This totaled $2,847.98. Next, 7.5% of my spending went towards groceries. This totaled $441.41. I shop mainly at like Trader Joe's and Whole Foods. Whole Foods, if you can believe it, is not actually that expensive compared to like the smaller, I guess we'll call them boutique grocery stores that are in New York City. Like a Gourmet Garage, way more expensive than Whole Foods. The next biggest slice of my budget was 7.3%, and that went to my bills. This includes internet, phone, subscriptions to Shudder, Hulu, Netflix, extra storage on the cloud, my AMC A-List memberships fee, and a leftover bill from the vet from another time that Gus had to go and have a lot of tests. So that was $429.88. I have been trying to eat out less because it is very expensive, and also because I don't feel great when I eat out lately. So I have been trying to eat out less, but I spent 5.3% of my budget in March on eating out. This totaled $311.27. I had maybe 3 or 4 big meals out for $35 or less, but most of these were smaller lunches because I wasn't making my own lunch most of the time and bringing it with me, which sucked because I really should be. So these were charges for like $10 or less. The next biggest part of my budget was 6.9%, and that went to copays for my therapy an appointment at my functional medicine doctor, and a bill that I had to pay for a test or something. So that was $405.48. Then just below that was 6% of my budget, and it went towards supplements. I hate that I spend so much on supplements, but I think they are actually helpful. I don't remember which ones I had to refill. I kind of have to refill different ones, different months. It's annoying. But this was $353.09. It's too much to spend on supplements, I know. Next, I spent 2% or $119.40 on the subway this month. This is still less than buying a monthly Metro card, so it is still a win. Speaking of transportation, the next piece of my budget that I'm going to talk about was 1.7% on cars like Ubers and Lyfts, totaling $97.79. This was for 4 rides. 2 or 3 of them were getting Gus to and from the endocrinologist. I don't like taking cars that often, so this is more than I would have liked to have spent, but it was colder and he needed to get to and from the doctor. And since he had to stay there for about 6 days, I was gonna make sure he got there and back in style. Next, I spent 0.9 of my budget on travel. This is things like that aren't the subway. So this was $52, and it was likely tickets on the Long Island Railroad for 2 people one time. It's highway robbery, if you ask me. It's so expensive. They should be paying people to go to Long Island. I'm from Long Island, so I can say that. Next, I spent 3.5% of my budget on entertainment this month, or in March. This totaled $207.97. I saw 3 shows in March, I believe, and then I rented a few movies on demand with some friends and went to a movie theater once that wasn't an AMC, so I had to pay out of pocket. I think I went to see Amelia's Children at IFC with my friend Chloe. Sadly, I got a little out of control with my coffee intake in March, and 2.2% of my budget went to buying coffee out and probably matcha. This totaled $126.32 for 11 different trips to my favorite cafes. This month, I spent 6.7% of my budget in the miscellaneous category, or $392.50. I feel like I need to break down this category more, but from what I can recall, looking at my credit card statement, I bought a new Fitbit for $77. And the rest of these are just buying like household items at Duane Reade. I spent 1.3% of my budget in March on clothing, or $74.57. I bought 3 new items of clothing, and I can't really remember what any of them were now, so I don't think they were good purchases. One of them was I bought a new pair of jeans that were on sale for $33 from Everlane because I wanted to try a new size and I thought the cut would maybe be flattering. Spoiler alert, it was not. Let me know if you want to buy a pair of straight-legged, brand new Everlane jeans in a size 33, and you know, we can do that for $33. I think they're normally like $90. And lastly, 0.6% of my budget in March of 2024 went to charity. I make small monthly donations to the ACC, which is the Animal Control Center, Animal Care Control, I think. They take in all the stray animals, and unfortunately they do have to sometimes euthanize animals, but they also need the donations so that they can have more space and more resources, and then they don't have to euthanize animals. So that's where Benny came from. And I donate to Brooklyn Animal Action and Angelica Cats Rescue, which is where both Gus and Playbill were adopted from. So that is this video for the month of March 2024. I will put out April 2024's soon. I can't believe I spent so much on coffee and clothing and miscellaneous shit. And come back soon and you can watch the breakdown of April. Make sure to like this video and subscribe if you want to keep seeing more content of my life living in New York City, as well as my opinion on things like dating. I think that's the only thing I've put up opinion videos on so far. But let me know below if you want my opinion on anything else. And I will talk to you soon.